If you're service connected for sleep apnea or you're planning to file a claim, you've probably heard people saying that the VA is changing the rules as of April of 2027. I've seen those posts too, so I went looking for the official source, and here's what I found. The proposed changes to sleep apnea ratings are absolutely real, but as of today, July of 2026, there's no official VA announcement saying that they're going to take effect in April of 2027. Now, that doesn't mean veterans should ignore this proposal. It's quite the opposite. Today, I'm going to explain what the proposed changes actually are, what we know for certain, and what we don't know yet, and what I think veterans should be doing right now if they're planning to file for a sleep apnea claim. So first, let's start by separating fact from rumor. The VA first proposed changing the sleep apnea rating criteria several years ago. The proposal would completely change how sleep apnea is evaluated for disability compensation. Right now, veterans who are service-connected and require a CPAP machine generally qualify for the 50% rating. Under the proposed rules, simply needing a CPAP would no longer automatically qualify you for 50%. That proposal is very real. What's not official is the implementation date. As of the day I'm recording this video, the VA has not published a final rule to the Federal Register. And until that happens, there's no official effective date. So if you've heard April 2027 or another date, understand that those dates are based on projections and speculation, not from an official VA announcement. Now let's talk about what the proposal actually does. Under today's rules, you're going to need a current diagnosis, a service connection, and a prescribed CPAP machine. And if all three are established, the CPAP prescription generally supports a 50% evaluation. The proposed system changes that philosophy entirely. Instead of rating veterans based on needing treatment, the VA wants to rate veterans based on how well that treatment works. That's a huge difference. Under the proposed changes, if your CPAP controls your symptoms, you could receive a 0% rating. If it helps and you still have symptoms, the proposed rating could generally be 10%. In order to get 50% rating under the new proposal, you have to show that the treatment is completely ineffective or that another medical condition is preventing you from using a CPAP. The current automatic 50% would essentially disappear for all new claims. So why is the VA doing this? Well, the VA states that disability rating should reflect how much the condition affects your daily functioning after treatment, not simply whether you use the medical device. I kind of understand their argument, but I also understand why many veterans disagree. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. A CPAP doesn't cure sleep apnea. It just manages it. To me, it's much closer to a prosthetic device than it is medication that fixes your underlying condition. If you stop using it, the sleep apnea doesn't just magically disappear. And that's why this proposal has generated so much discussion throughout the veteran community. So who should be concerned? Well, this is probably the biggest question. If you're already service connected for sleep apnea, current law generally protects existing ratings when the VA changes the rating schedules. In other words, simply changing the rating criteria does not automatically reduce everyone's rating. However, if you haven't filed your claim yet, these proposed changes would make a significant difference if they eventually become law. That's why I wouldn't wait until there's a final announcement before you start the process of filing a claim. So here's what I would recommend. First, if you believe you have a valid sleep apnea claim, consider filing an intent to file. That preserves your potential effective date while you gather all of your evidence. Second, make sure your diagnosis is properly documented through a sleep study. And third, collect all the evidence connecting your sleep apnea to your military service. That can include your service treatment records, buddy statements, medical records, or a strong nexus opinion from a qualified medical professional. The goal here is to build the strongest claim possible under the current rules while they're still in effect. So here's the bottom line. The proposed sleep apnea changes are real. The automatic 50% rating for CPAP use could eventually disappear for new claims. But despite what you've probably already seen online, there's no official VA announcement stating that these changes are going to take effect in April of 27. And until the VA publishes the final rule, the current rating schedule remains in effect. I'll continue following this closely, as it does affect me personally. And the moment something official is announced, I'll make a video explaining exactly what has changed and what it means for all of us. And if you found this video helpful, leave a comment below. And if you know another veteran who needs this information, please share this video with them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.